Welcome back to Stooge Stream. I'm your host, The Stooge, and here's a random thought. Do we really want Shenmue 3? Now, I know that even that question is going to anger a lot of people, but hear me out. Shenmue is a series that's beloved by a lot of people. Being somebody that's owned a Dreamcast from launch in a PAL territory, I actually had Shenmue 1 and 2 on Dreamcast. Back in the day when they were new games. I have great memories of sitting around a TV with four of my friends playing both of those games, and here's a little guilty secret. Never actually finished either of them because we spent so many hours just doing all the side stuff, we really just never got around to finishing them. But yet I still love those games. Now here's why I'm worried about a third one. We've been promised third or spiritual incarnations in series a few times now, and they haven't all turned out so great. Let's take a recent example of Mighty Number 9, the KJ Nifune spiritual successor to his Mega Man series. Turns out he really didn't have as much to do with Mega Man as we thought to begin with, but that's besides the point. The point is, we all wanted a new Mega Man game. We all wanted that classic 2D Mega Man to be back, and what we got was Mighty Number 9. It's better than nothing, I guess. Some people are going to get that reference. All in all, Mighty Number 9 was a bit of a disappointment for somebody like myself who's been playing Mega Man games since Mega Man 2 came out. I just wanted a new Mega Man, and this wasn't it. It wasn't a bad game, don't get me wrong. It just wasn't a great game, and it just felt too different to Mega Man while being too similar at the same time to really have its own thing happening, its own point of differentiation. But it wasn't good enough to be a Mega Man game either. This is where the problem lies with what I feel about Shenmue. It's been too many years. That team that created that game, that magical moment that happened in time where Shenmue 1 and 2 were allowed to be made and had these massive budgets on a system that was dead in the water anyway, those days have gone. Now we've got Sony who stepped in to help fund the game with, a few of the people that originally created the Shenmue series, but is it really going to be the same? And in this day and age, we're going to expect so much more from it. Are they going to be able to produce what we want? This is what worries me about these spiritual successes, these Kickstarter games, these trying so hard to capture a time and a place games. They ultimately seem to fail because it's just not that time and place anymore. Yes, I'm probably going to try Shenmue 3 when it comes out. And being the fact that there's a very, very, very likely chance it's going to be a PS4 exclusive, I'm a big PS4 guy, so I will pick up the game, and I will probably spend a lot of hours in it if it's anything like what I want it to be, but is it going to live up to the hype? Is it going to live up to my imagination? Is it going to live up to my nostalgia? These are all things that greatly concern me. What do you think? Now, on the positive side, hopefully, if they do get it right, this is going to be a masterpiece. If this is anything like the last two titles, but with modern flair and modern graphics and just that modern touch where they could do so much more, then this is going to be a magical game. So on the other hand, this could be the greatest game of all times, quote unquote. I'm just using that as a very, very, very elaborate, big, grandiose way of saying things, because clearly there's a very good chance it won't be the greatest game of all times. It could be a decent game, could be a mediocre game, or it could just be absolute crap like Mighty Number 9, or just, in between crap and mediocre like Mighty Number 9. I'm just so unsure, and this is what worries me about Shenmue. So this is why I ask, do we really want a Shenmue 3? Or do we just want to remember the two that we had as these beautiful moments in time where we got almost perfect games? It's something to consider. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.